Hey guys, Stephanie with AmericanMuscle.com here with a review and an install of the Cobb 3-inch catback exhaust system available for all 2015 and newer EcoBoost Mustangs. We're going to be talking about a few different things with this exhaust today, but mainly we'll talk about the sound of the catback and the install. The install for this is easy. It's a 1 out of 3 wrenches in the difficulty meter, since catbacks for the S550 simply bolt right up, but I'll get more into that later. You should be checking out the Cobb catback here if you're shopping for a catback for your S550 EcoBoost that'll work with a stock downpipe or an aftermarket 3-inch Cobb downpipe and still step up to a 3-inch diameter. One of the other main differentiators with the Cobb here is that it also has a mid-pipe with a small resonator in it, so we're gonna get a bit of a different sound here. Not only that, but the Cobb will also appeal to those owners out there that like a top quality system when it comes to materials and sound, and someone that doesn't mind spending a little bit to get all of this. So the Y pipe that comes with this catback does have a 10-inch resonator, which you can see right here. Most other catback options for the EcoBoost don't have this. They just have a straight through Y pipe, which is gonna lead to a different type of sound. This catback having that resonator means that it's not gonna be a very raw sound. It's gonna be a little bit more controlled or tuned. Getting into it a little bit further, like usual with a catback, the other main player of this catback is the mufflers. Cobb has included a pair of straight-through mufflers, which are going to reduce back pressure and give a lot of volume, even with that resonator mid-pipe. So when it comes to sound and overall volume, you guys heard the sound clips. At first, I thought the system would sound like all of the other catbacks for the EcoBoost, but it does in fact sound a little different. A lot of times straight-through mufflers on the EcoBoost give a very raw sound, and people tend to associate that with the sound of an import. The resonator saves this system from sounding too much like that, even though you can't get completely away from that type of sound. Even on startup, the sound is deeper and has a good more volume than the factory setup does. You have plenty of tone and no rasp to really speak of, and a decent amount of overall volume. With all that being said, I'm going to rate this one as a 3 out of 5 with the factory downpipe installed on my 1 to wake the neighbors scale, with 1 being a quiet upgrade and 5 being very loud. It's not the loudest setup, but it does have a nice deep tone with no drone inside the car while cruising. And keep in mind that your downpipe will play a role in the overall sound of the exhaust. This catback is going to come with an adapter that you will or will not use depending on your downpipe situation. If you're still using the factory downpipe, you'll need the adapter. This is going to be a step up that'll take the pipe diameter from 2 1/4 inch to a full 3 inches of the catback. If you have a 3-inch downpipe, you can simply bolt the Cobb right up to that. Now that you know what to expect, let's talk about the build of the Cobb catback. For starters, you're getting a full 304 stainless steel throughout, which is the best material in my opinion when it comes to exhaust, especially when it comes to resisting corrosion. 304 stainless steel will hold up much better over time and is superior to other materials like aluminized steel. And like I mentioned earlier, this is a full 3-inch mandrel-bent catback. It has very nice welds and 4-inch brightly polished stainless steel /cut tips. When it comes to price, as you probably expected, this isn't what I consider a cheap system. You can expect to pay close to $1,100. This is a little bit on the more expensive side, but keep in mind what you're getting here. You're getting everything from fitment to materials to sound. When it comes to the install, you can expect to spend about 2 hours, and it's going to be a 1 out of 3 wrenches in the difficulty meter. Pretty much looking at the normal catback install like most other catbacks for the S550. Having a buddy help with this will certainly make your life easier, but overall, all you'll need is just basic hand tools, including a socket set, is really all that you're gonna need. Wrapping things up with a Cobb 3-inch catback exhaust, this catback is a full 304 stainless steel 3-inch catback that'll work with the factory downpipe or a Cobb 3-inch downpipe. It has a resonator in the mid-pipe, but it still delivers on sound. I suggest you guys check this thing out more online for yourself, and for all things Mustang, keep it right here at AmericanMuscle.com.